The story of Prophet Nuh, peace be upon him. Many years had passed since the time of Prophet Adam, peace be upon him. 1,000 years later, the population on earth had grown significantly. Unfortunately, during this time, Shaitan had deceived mankind, leading them away from the worship of Allah. People began to worship idols instead. To guide humanity back to the right path, Allah sent another prophet, Prophet Nuh, peace be upon him. He began preaching the message of Allah, calling out to the people, fear Allah and obey His commands. But the people ignored him. Despite their rejection, Prophet Nuh, peace be upon him, remained patient and continued spreading the truth. He reminded them, don't you see? Allah created the sun, the moon, and the stars. He made the rivers, the mountains, the trees, and everything around you for your benefit. So why do you worship idols instead of honoring your Creator? The people grew annoyed with Prophet Nuh, peace be upon him. They mocked him, saying, who do you think you are? You're just a man like us. We don't believe you. Leave us alone. Still, not everyone dismissed his message. A few believed, mostly the weak and poor. They recognized that idol worship was a sin and chose to follow Allah. Thus, the people were divided. Some believed in Allah, while others persisted in idol worship. Prophet Nuh, peace be upon him, preached for many years, but the disbelievers became more hostile. If you don't stop your lies, we will stone you, they threatened. They hurled stones at him and beat him with sticks. Yet he pleaded, I speak the truth. Worshipping idols is a sin. After hundreds of years, only a small group of followers remained. Prophet Nuh, peace be upon him, was heartbroken by the growing number of disbelievers. One night while he was praying, Allah spoke to him. Do not be saddened, Nuh. You have fulfilled your duty. Now I will punish the people for their wrongdoing. Everyone on earth will perish, except the believers and the animals. Allah then instructed Prophet Nuh, peace be upon him, to plant many trees. Though he didn't understand why, he obeyed. Years later, Allah commanded him to build a great ship, so large that it could carry a pair of every animal. Prophet Nuh, peace be upon him, unfamiliar with shipbuilding, was given divine guidance. With the help of the believers and his children, he began building the ship on a distant mountain. They used the wood from the trees they had planted over a century earlier. As they worked day and night, the disbelievers mocked him. You foolish old man, building a ship on a mountain? But Prophet Nuh, peace be upon him, remained silent and focused. After many months, the ship was complete. One night Allah told him, the flood is near. When water begins to flow from the stove in your house, that will be the sign. The next day, animals began arriving in pairs. Elephants, lions, rabbits, parrots, and many more. Soon the ship was filled. Then water began to pour from the stove. It also started raining heavily. Prophet Nuh, peace be upon him, called the believers to board the ship quickly. The disbelievers laughed, saying, it's just rain. Look how scared he is. The prophet's wives and sons boarded, except one wife and one son who refused to believe. His son said, I'll save myself. Don't worry. His wife added, I'll be fine. The prophet pleaded, but they didn't listen. The waters kept rising. The disbelievers ran toward the mountains, but it was too late. The prophet saw his son and wife climbing a mountain and shouted, come aboard, save yourselves. But a massive wave, larger than the mountain, crashed over them, drowning all the disbelievers. When the entire earth was flooded, Prophet Nuh, peace be upon him, said Bismillah, and the ship began to move. Though the rain had stopped, the earth was covered in water. On board were 80 people and pairs of every animal. Allah had even arranged for the aggressive animals to be weakened by illness. Lions, for instance, lay quietly with fever, allowing the sheep to stay safe. However, the rats caused trouble, chewing through everything. Prophet Nuh, peace be upon him, prayed, and Allah created cats to hunt them. Over time, the rats calmed down. Allah solved many such problems to help the Prophet and those with him. One day, the Prophet released a crow to search for land, but it never returned. Later, he released a dove. This time the dove came back with an olive branch in its beak, a sign that land was near. Eventually the ship reached Mount Judy. Prophet Nuh, peace be upon him, said Bismillah, and the ship came to a stop. Their long journey had ended. The prophet released the animals, birds, and insects to repopulate the earth. The believers slowly came out of the ship, and Prophet Nuh, peace be upon him, prostrated to Allah in gratitude. It was a new beginning for mankind,